Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1.
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Not Ungar, your client deserves an answer.
Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Ungard is...
Objection!
Franziska von Karma?
What are you doing? Oh!
Hold up, let me get my water for this. You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool.
Did you bring them? The final pieces. Do you have them?
You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine and his injuries are minor. All the items are inside this.
What a filthy old coat this is.
That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside this raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside the coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence.
The final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now will change the outcome of this trial.
What?
Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are left by the killer during his escape from the police.
He must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. So among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn the whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it. And it's all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer pistol have anything to do with this case? I don't think so. There was nothing about a gun. There was nothing about a gun. Question for more details. Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least to me.
Oh, that's the pistol that you used to shoot you, isn't it?
That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it'll be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much. The second piece of evidence is the videotape. I bet the killer took that from Angard's mansion. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to.
Oh yeah.
I would speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. The last piece of evidence is the bellboy's uniform.
Is that a uniform from the Great Water Hotel?
Why should we...
Okay, we shall add that to that thing. What was that? What was that used during the crime?
I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform.
And what is that?
There's a button missing on the uniform.
A button?
It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue.
Yo, it would be that one button that we recovered? In the bloodstain?
That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Charlotte Killer's hideout would be important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Montgomery. You may step down.
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine these new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict.
Wonderful! Absolutely splendid! This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he?
Is this the end? Phoenix.
I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there?
I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now.
Where's the button?
But no matter how you think about it, it's... Try, for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation for us.
2?
The first, make Ungard wish from the bottom. Wait, what?
Make Ungard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict.
Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Ungard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostages go.
That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible.
The second way, force the killer to end his contract with Ungard. If the killer were to no longer think of Ungard as his client, then he would let Maya go.
Mia, that's even more impossible. He is a man who values his duty towards his client above all else.
I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you can make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle.
The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence.
The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what he has always worked for us?
The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around?
Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need what? In that case, then who does need it?
The person who needs the evidence?
Defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence, and that is how we have come to know the truth. But there are people who have not seen them all, and those people do not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring out the miracle in the end.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
Objection!
I've already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I am not saying it is us that needs for the evidence, Your Honor.
Then, you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you 1 chance.
1 chance?
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. That's impossible, to turn the situation around in 1 try. One try, that is all I will permit.
I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while targeting Enguarde down at the same time.
Well then, Mr. Wright, let us not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to?
And that's where we show the profile, right? Save your game from here. The toolbar below will explain why. The judge sees evidence unimportant. Now you blah blah. Alright, let's go.
I see. And now us call what one piece of evidence would you like to show this person? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
Alright, it looks like they got a hold of him. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with the bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it, so I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me. There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What?
It's not true, Mr. Wright.
Who was it that planted that camera? Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at a scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Agent Andrews. Acquired in lesson, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Matt Enguarde film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to see one get his, they wanted to blackmail him, didn't trust your skills. Sound like all 3 of them. Wanted to answer that the client wanted to blackmail on you, okay. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you and this is what they said. Like I would remember that. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this videotape to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shilly the Killer? It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client.
I have one question for the witness.
Yes?
You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest the traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right.
But what if the traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
That's obvious. I would break out our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
I see. That's all I want to know.
So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright. Yes? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item! I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I actually am I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and... Miss Von Karma, where did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict.
Mr. Ungard, looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy.
But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video.
Help me.
Now then, Your Honor, the verdict if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright?
We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. But whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape from him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. Plead guilty? Right. Unger is called. Unger told you the absolute blah blah. Unger is called. Refresh. You asked one more time or not. It doesn't matter which because as if right now the color will be at the second blah blah. So it doesn't matter. Okay. Met Ungard. Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict's appropriate here. Me? Why, my wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Yeah, I'm not gonna say all that.
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt Ungard? I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whipped leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. This trial was the first time I had stood on the witness stand, and when I did, I really felt hopeless. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. After that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself and who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Yup, we don't get that special thingy, whatever.
Alrighty then.
You were great out there, Phoenix.
What I did out there was right, wasn't it?
This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right?
Yes, I understand now.
Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moment before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Is this a flashback? Yeah, it's a flashback.
Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you.
Right. Edgeworth. I have good news. Maya is now safe in the police custody.
Really? Pearls, you're telling us the truth, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she's quite safe. She is on her way here as we speak in the patrol car.
Mr. Maya, safe! You really did it, Mr. Nick.
Ow, she punches deceptively hard for a kid.
I believe in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
Thanks.
Oh,
What's wrong?
it's Von Karma.
About earlier. Thanks.
Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost! Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy?
I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma.
How dare you!
Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against the selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then... oh, it looks remastered. It was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left out no. Prosecutor Miles Edward chooses death.
As you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die.
But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change.
What foolish nonsense.
When prosecutors use anything that can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And there, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well.
What? You trusted your enemy?
It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold in everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch, but we will always eventually reach the one single truth. This I promise you.
The truth?
Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense lawyers exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me, this man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick?
You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason why I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself.
You pathetic fool! It's Von Karma. I don't want to hear the lecture opening of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma, and neither am I. It's over. It's all over.
Francisco threw something on the ground just now.
This is an electric magnetic receiver.
Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right?
Okay.
Nick!
Maya!
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got Ungar convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me.
Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here.
Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly.
Is it really that easy to do something like that?
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Don't mention it.
Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, looks like you made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago.
Heh.
I thought that was my stomach.
Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place.
Huh? Where are we going?
Food, Nick, food! Grub, chow, I'm starved. I'm so hungry, even if you look like a nice, juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick.
You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least.
Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please.
If you insist.
Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick.
Well, who's the one talking?
Huh?
This case messed up what awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided that we have to make up by having another feast.
Another feast?
Come on, Nick. Food!
Where the heck are we? Hey, pal! Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Gumshoe, are you alright?
Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things.
A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him?
Yeah, I did it again, CD boy. I feel like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking.
Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai.
Thanks.
Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Persecutor. Don't y'all reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, you might just kick it tonight even.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, come on now, everyone gathered around. Y'all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer.
Looks like Lana bought herself a new camera.
Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved that day, detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have a different ending. Oh, well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things total, sir.
What? 4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There was a 4th item?
Aw, come on, y'all, it's over. Well, whoo boy, I tell ya, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped. Never a dull morning with you, huh?
What was the 4th item?
You think?
Why does she look so happy about that?
But being shut away for 2 whole days? Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off the things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had a rough gal, so where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mr. Myers' picture.
I'm losing my voice.
You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again.
Hello?
What is it, Edgeworth?
This thing is picking up something, though. Ah, it's Miss Von Collins' receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do.
Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet.
You've eaten way too much, you're gluten.
I had fun tonight, now if you excuse me.
Wait!
What?
I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there.
Huh. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right?
I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I could feel. What do I give? This game does not give me stuff! You are given an opportunity to present something. Present the web. Yellow objection to... This better be something or else. This better be something or else. I've done this so many times and yet it always fails me to do so.
Watch this.
Thank you. It's all thanks to you two.
Yeah.
You and her.
You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mr. Maya? Yes, Pearl? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean... Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway, so who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask, everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill. Oh shoot. Huh?
Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in the hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be some anyhow for 3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
You don't need to hold back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal, time to let it all out.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, Nick. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been being held a hostage and all.
Alright then, if you say so. Do I really? Objection! And with this, we finally conclude Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. So we completed Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice, and now we finished Justice for All. Hopefully I can finish the entire series before the end of the year, but the way I'm going, most likely not. But this entire series is good, but me wasting my breath is not good, so I may probably hold a month off from this series until I can feel like I have that vibe and attitude again, because sometimes just talking straight up for an hour long or and a half really gets out of me. It really does. So until the next time, after the credits and all that, and if there's anything else that should be in this game, the next series, Phoenix Wright, what is it? Trials and Tribulations, I believe. Whatever. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney number 3. That's the next one on the list I need to do. Then number 4, then lastly number 5, and then if I have time, the crossover. But yeah, that's a bit about it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be needing a rest for this. Maybe I'll come back on May or so, but who knows what's gonna happen. Make sure to hit that like button, comments, performance. If you're new, feel like a subscribing. This is Struck as XTV, and after this video, I'll see you guys in the next series for those Phoenix Wright lovers. Our fans, whatever. This is Struck as XTV, and I'm signing out after the end of this video. March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International Departures Gate. Wow, it's nighttime. Where are you going? Where are you going, Franziska?
How did you know I was here?
With this.
That's...
I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example.
That's just like you. I only planted there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran over the things from the careless hideout, I was sure I took 4 things total, sir.
4 items.
It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket.
He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over.
What are you going to do now?
That's none of your business.
Are you running away?
Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter.
Franziska.
So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to.
You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be.
No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away.
Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. When prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride, I hope you'll think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip.
You haven't changed a bit. You've always let me alone and walked ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge.
I see.
You know I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today.
I believe you can, just like how Agent Andrews did.
Adrian Andrews?
You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics, isn't that right?
Huh.
Today, you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But, I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma.
I'm Franziska von Karma. I cannot do her voice while being tears. Don't think I'm going to walk in the shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
What was the 4th item? That's my question.
Phoenix Wright.
I don't know whose voice.
One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in a battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again.
Was it the drawing card? Or whatever? There it is. That's what I was thinking. The fourth piece of evidence right there. That would have been useless at court. But okay. But hey, she was right. It could have been useless, like how she always does. Like, comment, subscribe. Shuraka's X Team, and I'm signing out.